Om Shanti, everybody. So tonight's chit chat, which is the real me? So I've been experiencing a lot of things lately in the last few days, in the last week or two, actually. So what is the real me? So we're talking about identities. So when you woke up this morning, who were you, So then when you had breakfast, were you making breakfast? Who were you when you're making breakfast? Who were you when you're looking after the kids or when you're going to work? Who were you when you're at work? Who were you on the way home? Whether you were driving or sitting in the bus or thinking, what are you going to do tonight? So who were you? So all these different identities you were all throughout the day. You might have been a student studying, you might have been doing anything. So the whole thing is like, who were you when you were studying, or who were you when you were having your breakfast, or who were you when you're working at work and some problem came up? Who did you become? These are all different identities. So we're having them all the time. It's nothing new. So, and it's just a matter of realizing who am I when I'm all these identities. I had a nice experience this morning before I woke up because I've been practicing. Yesterday, I gave myself a new name. I thought, well, I've finished everything in the centre now. I'm not going to be doing it anymore. So I'm going to give myself a new name. So I've named myself, my new name is Nobody. So, so if anyone says, who's did that? Say nobody did that. My mother was looking for nobody all her life. So I thought I'd become nobody. And this morning I woke up and I thought, oh, what am I going to become today? So I thought I'll be Prince Nobody today. So you can make these things up just for the day. You can be a prince, nobody. And that means you don't have to be anything. You just enjoy the game. It's every one of these identities that we have is just a game. And the identity that we're living with in and through this human, it's not going to be with us all, forever, isn't it? So it's just how it is, this identity. So we play game with it. But if you think you are the identity, then there's that little problem with you keep asking, who am I? So, and that's what we're doing in soul presence. So we're practicing just observing and be in the presence of who you really are. You are the consciousness, and you have that field of your best mates, the body, the mind, soul, and the light body. But light body's not there yet. It's just starting to show up a little bit. If it showed up in full force, would probably explode, I reckon. So that's how much energy, how much there is that when we have all our experiences of all our past births, when they manifest and become our intelligence, then it'll be pretty powerful. But the body that we have at the moment wouldn't be able to handle that, the mind and the human. So that's why we're just gradually going through and letting go of all the identities or playing a game with them. So no right and no wrong. It's just how it is. And we just learn, and you'll find that so much more energy you'll have, and you'll be going for a walk. And so what we were doing today, I was just walking around as Mr. Prince Nobody. So it's quite an experience. You're not trying to prove anything. You're not trying to be anything. And yesterday I was just nobody anyway. But what it does, it gives you such a wonderful experience of freedom. So whatever you're doing, always remember that might be, say, I might be a teacher and I'm going to teach. So I'm a teacher at that point, but that's not me. I am not the teacher. The teacher is what I'm playing the game with of this tin can. So and the tin can is going to get rusty one day and fall over. So, but the thing is, we want to because the tin can that we have is so beautiful. We've put it together in such a way at the moment, and it's such an amazing specimen of our dedication to what we've created. And because we're moving to a higher consciousness, then we need to let go of the old consciousness and start to experience the new consciousness. Because old consciousness is like the world as it is, like not necessarily what we're doing at the moment, because we're making efforts to move out of that old energy where there's a lot of negative energy, but at the same time, there's a lot of happiness as well. It's not all bad. So there must be a couple of days that are good out of all those millions of days. So, but that's the thing, we're moving out of expectations of thinking I am this body, I am Chinese, I am Indian, I am whatever. But that's not who I am. I'm nothing of those things. And when we can start to communicate in that way, I'm communicating with someone, but my true identity is my spirit. So it's coming through. And that commentary we had earlier was about having that love for yourself. So when that love is for yourself, then you're communicating that love to others, you know. And that's what our aim at the moment is, that through all these identities is my true self communicating through those identities. So not that I am the identity, but we've created this identity. It's just an amazing identity. Actually, I watched something on today on TikTok, and it was about explaining about the body, you know, the feet and the legs and how everything works and how the whole thing is connected, you know, through if you don't do any walking, how you lose everything and why, you know. And that was so interesting. I sent it to someone and they thought, wow, that's pretty incredible, isn't it? So why the balls of your feet, and when you walk, you go down, it's like it pumps all the blood back up into the legs and through into the heart again, back up into the higher body. So important is the feet when you walk and stuff like that. That's why it's important to walk. Yeah, so what I was thinking, so that's our entity, you know. So how it's when we look after our identity very well, then it serves us well, you know. But if you give it a hard time and try and fix it, sometimes, I mean, that's what I've done for years, trying to fix it, but you don't have to. If you leave it alone, I mean, it'll start fixing itself. And that's what I found when I was working here, that once I got my nose out of it and left the body to do what it's supposed to do, then it did the job. It become young again. So we were saying, we're talking about entities. So when you woke up in the morning, who did you wake up as an entity with? Or when you went to work, did you go to work as a worker, or what did you go to work? What was your identity? And when you come home, what sort of identity did you have then? So when you met the people at work and met the children and whatever you're doing, so these are all identities. Each one's different, but who is the one that's behind all the identities? So who am I, in other words? So you quietly feel you're sitting. So who am I as the identity now? You're sitting right here now. What is your identity? You can't be wrong. So I'm not playing. So you can just relax, just breathe, just take a nice breath, and just, what is my identity now? How am I feeling? It's not hard. There's no right or wrong answer. You can see it's quite natural. So what are you feeling that your identity is now? So you're operating through the body, but as what? So just feel the peace or feel the stress, whatever you're in, whatever you want. It's the same. It's not the same, but I mean, you have so many different experiences. So how do you feel that your identity, so I'm here in this human and I'm talking and I'm just giving my experiences. So I'm just a nobody. I'm Mr. Nobody now. My new name is Nobody, you see. And today I'm Prince Nobody. So that means I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I'm truly free, you know. I'm not tied up with anything. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I don't have to prove anything to myself. When I'm nobody, I'm free. So I'm already free from everything. So, but when I'm out working or when I'm meeting people and everything, then I play the role of, you know, maybe managing something. So I would play the role of a manager at that time, you know. And but the I am is when you're meeting and talking with people, you're meeting with that love and feelings, isn't it? So how was your presence? Were you experiencing anything that you were sitting here? You're sitting here as? What is your identity? Do you feel any identity that through your tin can? What
I
were you
feel it
working?
is listening identity.
Your listening identity. Okay.
Can be an identity of a student to learn.
You what, sorry?
Identity of a student, which is a learning
Okay.
new things.
Okay. So you're the identity student. What was yours again? Asima?
Listening identity.
Oh, listening identity. What was yours? Did you have one? What is it? Hey?
Listening identity of a
Super yogi or something like that? That's okay, that's answer. But you, Crystal?
What?
What are you sitting now? You're sitting here, and what is your identity? How are you sitting in?
I'm trying to be so identity.
A thought,
So
thoughtless or thought identity?
yeah.
Okay.
Not crystal is a mirror, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Mm.
Crystal's definitely a mirror, isn't it? It's not you, is it? So
It's close,
it's what?
close,
Close.
close. It's close. Is that
Clothes.
close?
Close. Oh, close. Oh, okay, sorry.
In the visual.
Yeah, in the wardrobe, yeah. So what you put on is what you come on. So today is a mirror. Okay, cool. So that's how you're feeling from the inside. So your clothes are mirroring how you feel inside. Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's, but it's still not you, is it? So the clothes are not you, is it? So you put the clothes on. Yeah,
So
yeah, that's right. Yeah. And the thing is, it doesn't what the thing is, what it's all about. It doesn't matter what you say. You're sitting here, what you feel. There's no right or no wrong. It's just you're feeling that, but it's only for temporary, isn't it? So when you go home, you'll become the dishwasher or something like that. Clothes dryer. Yeah, yeah, whatever it is, cook or supper, tea, evening meal maker opera. Yeah, so all the identities are constantly changing all day, you know. So you've come here and you're sitting here and you're that identity you're sitting in. When you get on your leave and you go somewhere, you might go home and have something to eat or whatever, then you're in a different consciousness. So, but when you are stuck in this identity all the time, then there's a problem comes, you know, that you're not allowing yourself that freedom to change. Otherwise, you're stuck. If you're stressed in this particular identity, and that means you're going to be stressed all the time, stuck in it. But if you can become something else, so okay, today I was teaching children at school, or I go and whatever I was doing. So you go and that's a different role altogether, to what you were when you first woke up. You might have been, ouch, I'm just getting out of bed, aches and pains or whatever. But if you accept them, so you have to say, those aches and pains are not me, isn't it? So when you do have any aches and pains, when you get a bit older, you get those. And the thing is, then if you identify with them to say that's me, then they stay with you, because you've identified them, they belong to me. So aches and pains, lack, or no one loves me, all these things, those feelings. And if you identify with them, they stay with you and they become part of you, and they can manifest even in your body and create sicknesses, aches and pains, or whatever.
I feel like a natural soul observer. So like observer means full day the picture is changing every moment of life. You are now I'm in such a beautiful class, listening something so beautiful, and then suddenly after some time I'll be doing something else. So like the picture changes.
Mm.
It's full of enjoyment, like some beautiful learning, some beautiful feeling. Sometime it is painful, but then I think that makes you realize that what's the difference between painful and beautiful. So you enjoy more that.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, so yeah, observer basically. Yeah, like a movie observer. Had seeing a movie full day, different roles, different scenes.
yeah, because that's right. Well, thanks for that. Yeah, because that's what we teach, soul presence. So when you're the observer, that's who am I? I'm the observer watching. I'm playing a role. I go to work and I have to be manager, or I have to be the clerk, or whatever it is I am. So you go and you play that role, but that's not who you are, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah, so it's cool. But that's the practice. And when we start to have a deeper and deeper understanding, then it's like you can let go of this beautiful instrument that we've created over many lifetimes. And it's now the best. This is the final instrument we are having. And it's one we will be moving from this identity into a higher consciousness. So that's a very important one in the sense of realizing how wonderful this identity is. It's no other time in the history of humanity have we been in this state of consciousness before. Not every human being, but most. There's enough energy now that this energy will lift humanity out of the old negative consciousness into a new consciousness. And that's what's happening in the world today. The only beautiful thing we get to do is see everything that's going on, because we've got more light now. We never used to see. And we've got internets and all sorts of wonderful satellites, which reveals everything. So, which is beautiful.
Yes.
And so there's so many wonderful, experiments and inventions that's happening in the world. So it's just incredible. Makes your mind boggle sometimes. And they got enough to fix the whole world up. They know how to do it already, and fix every human being up as well. They know everything, but they just haven't been able to put it together because people are still making too much money out of the stock market or something. Those people that control everything. So until humanity wake up a bit more, and then we will start saying, no, we want it this way. We will just do it, because that's when that identity that you have, you'll focus it in a certain way with many, many others will focusing in a direction that will change the whole of humanity. It'll just suddenly shift, because everything's just energy, you see. That lady was saying in meditation earlier about power. We're not powerful. Power is just something that governments have, wars have, policemen have. they just have powers, but we don't have. Power's got nothing to do with us. We have energy. Yeah, so that's who we are. We are just this little beautiful living energy. And when we become that, then you'll find that your identities are no trouble to change identities. You'll be free because eventually this identity that we have will move on, So, but it's this identity which takes us to the next step. So it's important to look after it, treat it well. So give it lots of love. And you have the odd hug from others as well, It's good. So that's cool. But it should be a happy life, We should be living a life. Because if you get stuck in a life where everything's tough, okay, that's tough. And you could say, and it's not tough, that's where that and comes in. You have that consciousness at the moment through this identity. I'm having a tough experience. It's just an experience. And then you say, and I'm not having a tough experience. I'm having a wonderful experience of love and joy, So you can change everything. And it's just a single thought like that. And the and is something that you can be living in 10 different situations at the same time. Like I'm at work and I could be at home and I could be playing golf and I could be doing many things, It's just, that's where the beauty is. But if I'm limiting myself to just being stuck here in this entity, then I'm just stuck there, and I'm experiencing just one thing when really we're many things at the same time. So, and the idea is not to be attached to everything, but to enjoy the experience.
Correct.
So just really enjoy. Put your feet up, have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, even if you want, and just have a cream cake. You don't have to make any great efforts to become enlightened because we already are. You see, what happens is we've got all this stuff that we've been so used to covering ourselves up with all the rust, but we just have to let it go, and then that's who we are. We're already magnificent beings. You don't have to go looking outside of you. And that's the one that, when we say this identity, but all these different things you're doing, but who's the one that's observing it all? That's who I am, consciousness. That's my eternal, pure self. Soul can be a little bit corrupted, but it's also amazingly beautiful because now what's left is the human thinks it's this thing or that thing, But once you bring the field, your human, your mind in the field, they become your best friend in the sense the mind will show you whatever negativity there is for you to let go, People think, oh, I'm having all these waste thoughts, but it's not like that at all. The mind has just shown you, hey, you have to let that go, It's not a negative thing at all. It's just an experience. So, and that experience becomes your wisdom. So whatever happened to you when you were younger or some past births, and the whole thing is all those experiences, they might be quite traumatic, but now once you see it, you get curious about it. Oh, look at that. Well, that's amazing. I got that. And then do we need that in my field? Then you ask the mind, the soul, the body and the soul, do we need this? No. So the soul will wisdomize it for you and it will become your wisdom. Doesn't mean it's gone away. It's in your soul's wisdom. But next time that comes up, you'll be going, oh, before I used to get really upset about that, but now it doesn't worry me, So you got to get it. The thing is, I mean, I was the worst. I mean, I worked hard all my life for 60 years in the building trade. So yeah, I only knew hard work. So, but to try and stop myself from thinking I need to work hard is a pretty big job, And so that's a big change to change and to see that I don't actually have to do anything. I mean, apart from going for a walk and enjoying the sunshine and everything like that, and have a class, and to talk to people and enjoy myself. So that's quite different, So
Yes.
and it's just I could have been doing that, a long time ago, but it was such a strong habit or samskara in my soul that I have to work hard to achieve everything. Even as a Raj Yogi, I have to work hard to become enlightened. I have to work hard to become spiritual. I'm on this journey, on this wonderful, big, long journey going nowhere, but it's important that the long journey that you're going nowhere keeps you, on a good, even keel. Some religion or whatever it is, some bhakti or whatever I believe in, even if it's agnostic or atheism, they still have strict rules, don't they? They still live very well. They don't go around murdering people or anything like that. But they believe in what they believe in, and that's keeps us in line, in the sense, in good order, So, but they're all stepping stones to where I'm at now. Everything you've ever done, and not only this birth, all past births, is stepping stones to where you are now. So we're in the greatest consciousness we've ever had. And people say, "Oh, I don't feel like that," but that's because you don't want to. But that's what I'm saying, you have to let things go and allow things to come. So you don't have to make any efforts anymore to become enlightened. You just have to allow yourself to be enlightened. Can you handle that? It's not too hard to just allow yourself. Put your feet up. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? We such deep samskaras of have to become a millionaire, and then before I die, and then so all my children can have a good time, and all my money. So within one lifetime, we'll spend it all. So, but you got to understand, it's just a game. This life is just experiencing. That's all. And if you haven't done anything in your life, for the soul, that's nothing. You might have gone to war, and you've been through, and you've done all sorts of things, and that's a real experience for the soul to wisdomize, But if you were just sitting there every day watching TV with your feet up, there's nothing for the soul there. You probably pull the pin and you probably leave the body, so there wouldn't be much point. So everything you do is an experience. So there's no right, no wrong. Just an experience. And that's what we got. So don't go, that's where we get beating ourselves up because of religions and cultures and excuse me. And that's what happens, that all these things. Yes. Because one thing when you do leave this entity, this identity, I should say, not the entity, but identity. But the whole thing, when you leave it, but if you still have fear, you're hanging on to some fear when you die. Where am I going? What's happening to me? And all that sort of thing. Then you're in trouble, You'll have that fear and you get trapped by your mind will trap you. Creates a picture. If you believe in heaven and hell, then you're going to go, "Oh, I've been pretty naughty. I think you'll be in hell, and you could be trapped there for some time, But if you're free from that now, you're free. When you leave the body, you're just the same as you are now. In fact, you'll be having a lot more happiness. So, what would you do when you're free on the other side? Will you go and do knitting classes or anything? I don't know what we're going to do, but we can have a lot of fun. But there's when we shift from this consciousness, from that 1.0 love, we're dependent and we're drinking each other's energy and everything, and we go for 2.0 and new sentience. So it's a whole new, all the emotions that we have now, they're going to be upgraded into sentience. You'll become a sentient being with that beautiful new love, So pure love. And that's what the new world that we're aiming for, that we're creating, it's already there, it's been created. That's where we're going to move into. So once we get free from this entity, there's coming a time now where we all shift. Doesn't mean you have to leave the body or anything, but it means your consciousness will be in the higher consciousness. You'll be living as a new sentient being in 2.0 love. That fly loves me a lot. Yeah, so
Very true.
okay. So anyone else have any experiences that your entities, like when I changed my name to nobody, it's quite amazing, that experience. You're going to play that role all day long. Who are you? I'm nobody. You know, what are you achieving? Nothing. I'm nobody going nowhere, doing nothing. It's quite an experience. And today I was experiencing something different, that I'm a prince, nobody. Right? So the prince doesn't have any desires. I'm a prince. So you have that conscious, I'm feeling a prince, which is quite a very divine being. But I'm nobody. So you're not thinking you need something or whatever. You're free from all other things that go with it. So you're just having that consciousness that I am a prince and I'm nobody. Nobody, see? So you can practice those things, and you'll find that the more you practice, you'll get some wonderful experiences. And as we cleaning the wardrobe out, that anything that comes up in the wardrobe, the mind will bring you up and say, hey, look at this, you haven't got rid of this one yet. So I'm still finding things the mind will come up with and say, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And say, oh yeah, we don't need that anymore. So then we give it, the mind, the field says, okay, well, let's give it to the soul to wisdomize. You don't have to do anything. And anything you can't handle, you don't have to worry about. That's the soul's job. It will take care of anything that's rather giving you a hard time. And sometimes you don't even have to know what it is. It might have been something from 5 births ago. Something happened and you're carrying it around still, and it still affects you in your everyday life today. But your soul will fix that. So you don't have to worry. That's why I gave up doing my treatment I used to do, that mental healing, because there's no need to. When you have soul presence and you're practicing this, it fixes everything, gets a beautiful balance. But you can't make people do it. If someone has some issues, only you can do for you. You can't do anything for anyone else. So if you were doing something for your grandmother, it doesn't work. So you might feel good about doing it for grandma, but it won't help her that much. So you can only help yourself. And they say God helps those who help themselves. Yeah. So any other points you want to share? Anyone like to share a point?
Like when you imagine yourself nobody, then you feel very free,
Yeah.
and very independent, and you're not tied up with you're just flying high without any tying up, your
Yeah,
thing.
that's right. And that's our aim. So, and you can have the same thing in your everyday life, whatever. You might be a businessman and you got all these things to do, but still, if you feel you're a nobody, you won't have that heaviness, and you're still got to play your role. So you're playing the role as manager, and you're playing the role as what else at work, and then you're also playing the role as nobody. So you're not having any expectations of yourself, and you'll find people won't have expectations of you either, and they will feel that.
That's
And
right.
you'll get lots of business coming in, knocking on the door. Hey, I want to buy up all your stuff.
Correct. That's beautiful.
So it's all about letting go, so just letting things go, and not making any efforts. No right, no right. Try and get rid of all the stuff that's been filled in our heads from all our religions and cultures and things. You can't do this, you can't do that. You'll be going to heaven or you'll be going to hell. There's no such thing as heaven and hell. So, although we teach that, I'm probably an anti-Jim and anti-BK, but anyway. But it can be true if you believe in it. Like if you believe in karma, then it's true. You know, it'll work for you because you believe in it, see? So, and if you're not moving above that, then you'll stay with you as that, you know. If you believe in your religion and fully and you're encased in it, you'll be stuck in that circle of religion. And that's cool. You know, and what's a few more million years till you get out of it? A lot more suffering. But some people are quite happy. They don't want to change, you know. If they like a change, just a tiny little bit, you know, maybe, but not too much, because there's that responsibility. If you change a little bit, you have a responsibility then of looking after yourself and not being independent. So you'll be there and you'll become free from everything. Okay. So just feel, you know, all your identities that you've been today, and how are you now? When I heard about being detached, and you're just having a quick look, you can just see, just at a glimpse, how many different identities have I been today, you know? Wow. Gee, that's amazing. But still, the observer is the one, being the detached observer, you know. When we do that soul presence, we stay detached and we observe what's going on, you know. And that's consciousness. So eventually, consciousness will go directly through the entity. So at the moment, it goes through the soul or through some other thing. And when we're ready, you know, sometimes we think, oh, some entity's running me or something. But when you're ready, that's because consciousness wants to experience that ice cream you're eating, so, or that love. So, because that's the gift we'll be taking with us when we go, is our love. Love for myself, love for everybody. No judges, no judgments on yourself or anybody. Be completely free, you know. If you start judging people, this person's that, and that's that, and hot and cold, all sorts of things. You're blaming the weather for hot and blaming the weather for cold. You just accept everything as an experience. I'm having an experience today of cold wind. It sure was, wasn't it? It was a cold wind today, so it was an experience of cold. Different when we're having in the middle of summer, we're having a hot experience, you know. So it's just experiencing, nothing more. So my children were running around being naughty today. That's just an experience. They're having their experiences and you're there having your experience. So it's just experiencing, you know. So when we can let everything go and let people be themselves, even your own children, and they will enjoy life, you can start to really enjoy your children, everything around you, you know. But when we start trying to control everything, then there's a problem.
Yes.
And it's just over time, it's experiencing, you know. You can't become perfect in one day. It takes 2 days, you know. So there's no hurry. And that's what you got to understand. There's no hurry. We're in no hurry at all, you know. So if you're not doing it today, then it doesn't matter. And if you don't like doing it, doesn't matter. Nothing matters and no one cares. Did you know that? So no one cares. If you died today, people say, now who is that Crystal? I remember she used to come here once. Yeah, well, that's just how it is. I mean, because it's just you know, your identity. It's not there to be remembered, is it? It's the personality behind the identity is your soul, you know, and the consciousness behind that. So, and that's the real thing that counts. So, and that's what we're doing at the moment. That's where humanity's going. That's why it's so upside down and inside out at the moment. So the world is shifting from that old way into the new. So, and that's we just sometimes we'll be forgetting things, and sometimes we'll be aches all over my body some days, and some days you'll be fine, and the next days you'll be feeling great, and then the next day you'll be feeling upside down again. That's just because of the energies are shifting, you know, through nature. You can see earthquakes and all these energies are constantly shifting and all around the world. So you just have to relax and just go through it. Just say, this is an experience, this is interesting. Not to try and force it to be right, So sometimes the body's not well, and we try and take all these things to make it better. Don't worry, I've tried everything. So the whole thing is, sometimes you're so achy, you take a few aspirins or something like that just to make the pain go away a bit, and that's okay, But the thing is, you're only taking it just to help the body go through its stuff, so you can be feeling a bit better. That's all. You're not trying to heal it. You're not trying to fix the body. You're not trying to heal it, because the body can do everything itself. It's just that we've been so many lifetimes trying to fix the body and make it do what we want it to do, especially in this lifetime, where we're learning how to do the opposite to what our grandparents did, and they lived a good, healthy life. We've gone the opposite, thinking this is healthy, so. But that's no good. It's just an experience. So, okay. Enough. So once you in our meditation, we'll just sit and just try and sit in soul presence. Just be present here, observing what consciousness am I sitting in? I am the consciousness, but I'm observing what is the identity that I'm sitting with at the moment. Just observe it. I mean, there's no right and no wrong. You don't have to make any hard efforts. You don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4 or anything like that. Just observe. You're just there observing. I'm here. My soul is here. Body with the body and the mind. And I'm observing that I've come to the center, or I'm listening through Zoom or whatever it is, and I'm just sitting here and I've observed how am I feeling. And it doesn't matter if you don't get anything. And it doesn't matter if you do. So whatever the soul is going to give to you is your experience. So you don't have to make any efforts to look for things. Everything will come to you, because your soul is part of your field, which is through the human and your mind. So you're going to get everything you need. You don't have to go looking for anything. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to heal anything. Just be. I am present in my soul presence in this body, observing. Just sitting peacefully, observing myself. And just remember, when you're ever sitting in silence like that, just to remember to keep breathing. Just take a nice deep breath. Otherwise, we become so peaceful, suddenly we're asleep. We don't realize it. But if you breathe, it's like an energy that's going into your lungs and into your blood, through the heart, and to every cell in your body. That's the importance of a breath. Really, it's life. So always remember to keep breathing. Sometimes we don't realize how low our breath is during the day. So if you could stop every now and then and just take one nice deep breath and go, yes, I am that I am. I exist. I am the soul experiencing through the human, through my field. Okay, everybody. Om Shanti. Love you all. Don't forget,
Om
love
Shanti.
yourself.
To
And
love yourself and shine your beautiful light.
that's the one.